buckle in, because it turns out Montana Senate candidate Tim Sheehy didn't dodge a bullet again. Okay, sorry, I had to take off my jacket because it was too noisy. Please, if you don't stay to hear the rest of this story from me, learn about it somewhere else because it's so weird. It's worth reminding everybody that Tim Sheehy has no background in politics. He was a soldier and he did fight in Afghanistan, but he is challenging Senator Jon Tester, who has been the incumbent senator in Montana for 2 decades. So while on the campaign trail, Tim Sheehy told people that he had a bullet lodged in his forearm because he was wounded in Afghanistan. The problem is that Tim Sheehy told a national park ranger out of Glacier Park that he shot himself in the forearm in 2015. You can't fire off a weapon in a national park, and evidently a pew-pew shot was heard. I'm just realizing I said the other word too much, but we've come too far. The park ranger showed up to the hospital to investigate, and Tim Sheehy's like, yeah, I have this pew-pew in the backseat of my car for bears, and it fell out, and it accidentally discharged, and it hit me in the arm. And the park ranger says 100% he shot himself that day. And it's a federal offense to discharge a pew-pew at a national park, so Tim Sheehy had to write a whole statement to that effect and pay a $500 fine. Sheehy asked that the park ranger be lenient on him in terms of charges because he's an ex-Navy SEAL and he has security clearances and all that. Fast forward to today. Tim Sheehy says he lied to protect his buddies because it was a case of friendly fire back in Afghanistan, and he didn't report it to anybody there. Whoops, got pew-pewed in the hand and forgot to tell anybody about it. Happens all the time. Even though Tim Sheehy signed that statement for the park ranger under penalty of perjury, the statute of limitations is expired. So here's another problem. There are no witnesses that Tim Sheehy has provided from that 2015 fall that he now says happened in the park. He claims, I just fell. It wasn't an accidental pew-pew. Really, it happened in 2012. I didn't want to get my friends in trouble. Great, so just show us the medical records from you being treated that day at the hospital. That should clear it up really super easily. He claims he's requested them, but no one has seen them. The Post hired experts to look at x-rays of Tim Sheehy's forearm, which he sent to them. And they're like, yo, this does not look like friendly fire. I'm so sorry. It also doesn't look like that kind of weapon. It looks like a small caliber pew-pew. This guy most likely discharged it into his forearm himself. Or I don't know, maybe there's a third story that we still haven't heard yet. Worth noting is that the park ranger is a former Marine. And Tim Sheehy is all kinds of super problematic for many reasons that I posted in a previous video that you can follow this comment back to. And the Democrats need this seat to retain control of the Senate. So all eyes on Montana. No pressure, but also a lot of pressure.